Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of SFBN Classics. I'm Ari Bluestein, the CEO and executive producer of the Sports Fanbase Network, and we stick with 2015, and we stick on the hardwood. We go over to the Public League for the Public League Championship between the Constitution Generals and the Imhotep Panthers. Now, we already showed you Constitution versus King for the Public League Championship, which was the year before in 2014. Constitution goes on to win the state championship, and they come back to the pub title game. This time it's at Hagen Arena against Imhotep. Now, Imhotep, coached by Andre Noble, very good team. They've always been very good in the pub. Darren Russell, who is really doing well at the University of Rhode Island right now, was the leader on Imhotep's side. On Constitution's side, you have Ahmad J.R. Gilbert and Kumar Williams, both of whom played at the Division I level as well. This one was a classic, back and forth, comes down to the wire, and Mike Samsel is on the call with Jeremy Treatman, and Mike has one of the best calls in SFBN's history to end the game. They got the shot off after the buzzer. Enjoy the game.
You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Hagen Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is the site for game number 2 of our doubleheader here on the Sports Fanbase Network. It is the Boys Championship, the Philadelphia Public League. It is the Imhotep Panthers taking on the Constitution Generals. Hi, everybody. Alongside Jeremy Treatman, Mike Samsel with you as we welcome you live inside the broadcast booth here at Hagen Arena. JT, no doubt about it, this one should be a fun one this afternoon.
It really should. Both games were close, within 7 points during the regular season. Constitution knocked off Imhotep in both those games, but this is different. This is for the Public League Championship. There's a lot at stake here, and I think it's a toss-up going into the game. Yeah,
I would certainly agree with that one. One of the prevailing tales, if you will, of basketball is you have to go through some heartbreak before you really reach success. Well, losing to King last year in the final for Constitution, that has stuck in their crawl all season.
It really has. They went on to win the state championship, their second in 4 years, and yet they're still burning about the fact that they lost to King by 2 points at Temple in a game we both broadcast together last year. And yes, Rob Moore and company, they really want this one over Imhotep, which has been our big rival over the last 3-4 years, as has King, who Imhotep knocked off in the semifinals. So I think it's going to be a big game. In a lot of ways, these are still old-time schools, the Philadelphia Public League and Catholic League. They care more about their league championships in the Catholic and Pub as much as they do the states, where they've only been around since 05 and 07, respectively, in those 2 leagues.
Well, you look at this Imhotep team. Boy, talk about the 2 extremes in thought in the past 3 seasons. AAA state champions 2 years ago. Brandon Austin leaves. Then this team gets upset in the AAA finals in the Public League. They don't even make states last year. Now Andre Noble gets this team right, and he gets them right because he got his big man right in Liggins.
Yeah, Liggins is a really good player going to Wagner 6'3". He can do everything. He rebounds, he passes, gets assists, he takes it to the cup, and he stabilizes that defense.
Yeah.
They've always been a really strong defensive team. Andre Noble, you watch how disciplined a defensive group they are, and they can cause Constitution a lot of problems. On the other hand, Constitution, their wealth of talent in the starting lineup and off the bench, a senior-laden team, they were bred for this over the last 4 years. This is a homeschool team for Rob Moore. These guys have been around a long time. There's a reason they were the preseason favorite. There's a reason they ran the table in the Public League. They're that good.
Hagen Arena is packed here at St. Joe's University. It's going to be a lot of fun this afternoon with the Public League Championship on the line. Imhotep takes on Constitution. Coming up next, you're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions. Hagen Arena is packed, and we are just about set for opening tip-off in this afternoon's game between the Imhotep Panthers and the Constitution Generals. Let's meet the starting lineups in this afternoon's game here on the Sports Fanbase Network with the Philadelphia Public League Championship on the line. First, take a look at the starting lineup for the Imhotep Panthers. they'll have Jaquan Carlisle in their starting lineup with Darren Russell, Khalif Tinley, Divin Liggins, and Deontay Robinson. That's the starting five on the other side for Constitution. You saw Chad Andrews Fulton, Ahmad Gilbert, the commit to George Mason, Kumar Williams, Hanif Vaughn, and Anthony Satchel. And there you see the starting five from Imhotep on your screen. And just a ton of talent, JT, on the floor this afternoon, really on both sides.
There really is. Imhotep has had 4 public league championships and 3 state championship teams. I don't think they have the great individual talent that they had on some of those teams led by the Brandon Austins of the world, but cumulatively 1 through 10, I think both teams, these are their strongest teams. And the big thing is you see the Constitution starting five. Ahmad Gilbert is a George Mason commit, a 6'7" forward who's averaging 17 a game. Kumar Williams at 12 points, 6 assists. He is really solid. Vaughn and Satchel are solid defensive players. So you've got Gilbert and Williams and Vaughn and Satchel there, and these guys have been together through the program all 4 years, and that makes a big difference. And when we flashed the Imhotep starters before, the big key is that Liggins is back. He only played 7 games this year, assorted injuries, and they played a lot of the big boys without him. They actually beat a Trenton Catholic team with a potential NBA player on that team earlier this season. With them.
Malachi Richardson.
Yes, and they won that game, and they also later played Chester, beat Chester without Liggins, and they beat Martin Luther King one time this season without Liggins, one time with them. So I think I've talked to Andre Noble a number of times this year. He feels his team is really strong. 8 losses is a little high for him.
Right.
But on the other hand, that A division is so loaded now. They put the 6-7 top teams all in that division now. And you're going to take your lumps, especially when you're missing a key guy. And they took some lumps this year, but to get themselves in this spot. And you saw in the semifinal against Martin Luther King, they beat a team that they couldn't beat during the regular season, but they got them in the postseason.
Our referees this afternoon, head referee Ron Arthur, Kevin Clay, and Randy Pritzky. Our 2 other officials, as we are just about set for opening tip-off, it will be Andrews Fulton and Deontay Robinson. Tipping it off this afternoon here at St. Joe's. Imhotep in the black uniforms, Constitution in their famous white-on-white. Ball in the air, and we are underway as the opening tip-off is controlled by Imhotep. Running point will be Darren Russell, averaging over 15 a game.
And Mike, he's been outstanding later on in the year. The last 7-8 games during their 7-game win streak, averaging about 17 with 7 assists.
Carlisle, a strong move into the lane, but saying no is Gilbert. Transition the other way. Here's Vaughn. Can't get it to go. Put back. Will. Chad Andrews Fulton. He's been a standout for a couple of years here in the public league, and he gets the first 2 of the day for Constitution.
Great hustle on the offensive boards for Constitution. They got a bunch of athletes, a bunch of guys who can score from anywhere on the court.
Oh, that was a close call. Constitution wanted a held ball. And some conversation going on right now, but they're going to put Khalif Tinley on the line for a pair.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right call by Henry Clay right there, but in any event, going to the line for Imhotep, looking for a couple foul shots right here will be Tinley. He's another one of these combo guard forwards who can slash, who can play defense, who can make passes. They've got a lot of players with a lot of skills on their team for Imhotep.
The size advantage is definitely on the side of Constitution. Imhotep's going to have to hit some outside shots this afternoon as the first free throw goes.
Yeah, that's true, but Russell can penetrate. Right now he's playing almost as good as Williams is, and Williams has been the highest regarded point guard in the public league this year. Russell right now I think is playing at that high level. Both of them at a Division I level right now.
2 for 2 from the line. And the game is tied at 2. Hanif Vaughn, bounce pass on the right side for Williams, pulls up for 3 and buries it. Williams, you mentioned, one of the top point guards in the public league this year, starting to get some Division I offers trickling in. Shots like that are wise. Here's Liggins the other way and can't finish. Williams, and a foul called, a little bit too aggressive. Akeem King tried to drive, and there was a collision. Jaquan Carlisle will get charged for the foul.
Yeah, Carlisle a little over-aggressive right there going for the steal. You got to be careful. We saw last year foul trouble played a big factor in the game between Constitution and King.
Ball goes out of bounds, and possession will head back to Imhotep. 5-2 Constitution in front. 6:45 remains here in the first quarter.
I don't think there's any surprise Constitution in this game. It seemed like it was 50-50 between Imhotep and King. Imhotep won that big semifinal.
Robinson hits the turnaround jumper. And it's 5-4. Robinson, the 6'6" big man. If he can hit those shots from around that 12-foot range, it certainly makes this Imhotep offense a lot more dangerous.
That's a great point, Mike. You mentioned the outside shooting Imhotep's going to need because Constitution is big on the inside, tough to score in the interior.
Here's another three that's good from Hanif Vaughn this time. And that makes it 8-4.
Both teams, I like the fact that both teams are going mano-a-mano, man-to-man to start the game. No junk defenses, no zone. May the best team win. At least that's how they're starting the game.
Foul called. Hanif Vaughn, the guilty party, as Darren Russell made his first aggressive offensive drive of the day. Foul is his first, team second. Jaquan Carlisle will inbound at the bottom of your screen. Carlisle from the free throw line puts it in the post, and Robinson gets another two, makes it look easy over Andrews Fulton.
Boy, Robinson having a great start to this basketball game.
King looking for a pick, now finds himself in a little trouble as Tinley steps out on him. What a move by King, what a dish, but Andrews wasn't looking for it. And now a held ball is called, and the possession arrow will favor Constitution.
Yeah, Chad Andrews Fulton not looking for that pass. He's got to be ready. Ahmad Gilbert has the same size as Fulton, but he plays on the perimeter as well as the inside.
Vaughn will inbound. This is Gilbert.
A lot of people are very curious to see where Gilbert would end up. He chose George Mason in the fall.
Williams, great dish, but Andrews Fulton has it stolen. Pass too far for Robinson, and it's back to Constitution, a pair of unforced errors.
Yeah, Carlisle with the bad pass there. That's why they want the ball in Russell's hand. No knock on Carlisle, but Russell's your best point guard. He makes the least mistakes. Constitution had a lot of turnovers, a lot of missed foul shots in their win over Auden Reed the other day, although they certainly weren't playing the talent that they're playing right here today in Imhotep.
Gilbert into the paint. Couldn't get the tough roll, but he'll shoot a pair from the free throw line.
Well, he's cagey, left-handed. He's hard to stop, and he gets to the foul line a lot, about 8 times a game, which is pretty good for a high school player.
Deontay Robinson committed the foul. That's his first. And Ahmad Gilbert, the lefty, will shoot a pair. First is good. Gilbert should probably get used to playing in this arena at George Mason. He'll be here during his college career as well, as George Mason just recently joined the A-10. 2 for 2 from the line, and it's a 10-6 score in favor of Constitution. Russell, one-on-one with Vaughn. Right past him. Can't finish at the rim. Quick transition for Constitution. Gilbert for three. No good. Rebound down low, wrestled away by Robinson.
Even though the shot doesn't get down, Kumar Williams seems to always get one of his teammates in transition, getting him a good shot.
Liggins gets his first 2 of the day on a great dish from Russell. It's a 2-point game, 4.5 to play here in the first quarter.
Boy, really fun to see 2 great point guards going at it. And Martin Luther King, who got knocked out, they have Sammy Foreman in their backcourt. A lot of great guard play this year in the public league.
King in the post. Gilbert, offensive foul.
Good call. Ron Arthur was on top of that. Jabri McCall, also Martin Luther King, more of a combo guard who really can score.
That's a great job by Tinley to get in and get set as well, because you could see Gilbert made the decision pretty early. He was going to try and score, and he was going to go right through the player.
One thing Gilbert's had trouble with throughout his career, it's foul trouble. He's got to be careful.
Tinley stepped on the baseline as he tried his drive, and it's back to Constitution.
Good trap out of the man-to-man that time by Constitution, forcing the turnover. In one of my personal Scholastic Play-by-Play events this year, Constitution took Archbishop Carroll toe-to-toe on December 30th, lost by 2 points at the end, and Gilbert being in foul trouble hurt him, although he played well in the game.
Vaughn back to Williams. Right corner, open three for Vaughn. Too strong, long rebound, sets up transition for Imhotep. Carlisle will step to the line for a pair.
Good aggressive take that time by Carlisle. I don't think Imhotep's got to do that. In transition, they're pretty good. They don't make too many mistakes, don't throw the ball away too much. We saw them do that earlier in the game. But they're a pretty under-control team, and I think Coach Noble gives them the green light to go attack the rim if you feel you have numbers.
Carlisle makes it a 1-point game, and he'll shoot one more. First substitution of the day into the game, Nasir Marshburn will take over for Devon Liggins. 2 for 2 is Carlisle, and now he'll come out. Into the game, Chet Jordan.
Keep an eye on these foul shots because Constitution has not shot well at the foul line this year. That's one of their bugaboos, and Imhotep's pretty good at the line. It could be a difference maker.
Williams pulls up for a long two. Probably not the best shot selection, and Imhotep goes the other way looking for their first lead. Andrews Fulton pulls down the miss.
Great defense there in transition.
Williams drives in, stops, kicks it to Andrews Fulton, who gets his first two of the day.
Another good decision by Kumar Williams in transition. He got into the teeth of the defense, found the open man.
Chet Jordan brings it across the timeline. In the right corner for Marshburn. Marshburn being pressed back to the top in Tinley. 2:40 and a running clock remains here in quarter number one. Tinley drives, gets it to go, and a chance for a three-point play. The prayer answered for Khalif Tinley.
Boy, that was a tough shot. They switched defenses that time. Complete denial on Russell. They were locking up Russell. They're still in man-to-man, but everybody's got a foot in the lane except for Russell, who's in lockdown mode. But so that forced the ball to be in Tinley's hands. He made a great drive basket and drew the foul.
Chance to complete the three-point play, and Imhotep has their first lead of the day.
5 points unofficially for Tinley to lead the way right now for Panthers.
Williams will bring it across the timeline. Gives it off on the left side. That's 15, Anthony Satchel.
Set offense here for Constitution. Now the 1-4 spread.
Vaughn tries to drive, can't, get shut down. Right corner, good head fake in the jumper. Good from Satchel.
Wow, that's a nice shot. Great help defensive principles used by both these teams. I know Kyle Sample, Constitution assistant, has worked with Rob Moore this year. He's a first-time coach.
The answer from Tinley puts Imhotep in front by 2. 16-14 our score. $150 remains here in the first quarter.
Boy, Tinley's really given an offensive lift here in the first half. Russell has not scored yet.
King. Back and forth we go.
Wow.
Boy, neither team showing any nerves in the first quarter of this one.
No, these are seasoned teams. They've played national schedules out of conference this year. Constitution traveled to 4 major events this year, then played Archbishop Carroll at home. And Imhotep has played as tough a schedule as anyone else in the public league this year, along with King.
Here's another three. Good again!
Wow.
This one belongs to Marshburn.
Wow, coming off the bench and draining a three. You know, the public league has a reputation not having shooters, but these two teams are showing you otherwise.
Play whistle down. Williams was fouled on the drive. And a chance for both sides to breathe. Deron Russell guilty of the foul. He'll have to check out. Lygians re-enters.
First on Russell, right?
Yeah, first on Russell. Inbound comes in on the right hand for Williams. Kicks it to the top. Satchel over to King. His three. No good. Rebound from Marshburn. 52 remains here in the first quarter. What a spin move, but can't finish at the rim. But the putback is good.
think it was Townsend who scored it.
Yeah, Townsend with the putback, and it's 21-17.
Both these teams are deep. I would say these two teams and Martin Luther King, the only teams that could go deep, 8-9 people.
Williams a step
players.
back, 2 won't go.
Well,
Surprise, no foul called there as Vaughn goes up with the left hand. 21-19, Constitution in front by 2.
Yeah, that wasn't Imhotep's fault. I thought there was a foul in the backcourt there.
Left corner, Liggins to the top, just 2 seconds left, and a foul committed out on the perimeter. Foul is on Kumar Williams with 1.2 to play here in the quarter, and it will be a near side baseline inbound.
Since it's not putting him in the one-on-one, it's an okay foul right there in that situation and look for the steal.
Marshburn will inbound as Vaughn checks out, and Sear Rudolph checks in. Randolph, actually, my apologies. Inbound comes in, but it goes out off of Townsend. And no shot at the end of the first quarter. Defenses need not apply through 1 here at Hagan Arena. 21-19 our score. Constitution in front over Imhotep. Second quarter coming up next. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
The 2 top teams in the Public League meeting for the Public League Championship. These have been teams that were tested early with national schedules and very top-level coaches. Rob Moore for the Generals of Constitution, and, of course, Imhotep Panthers, led by Andre Noble. Both teams have won multiple state championships in the past and are loaded up with great players. Darren Fats Russell is a guy you want to keep an eye on. He has 0 points in this first quarter, but watch out for him. And on the other side, his counterpart, the other point guard for the Generals, is Kumar Williams, a player who got better and better every year. And he has just 3 points in this game, but also the ball should be in his hands at all times on his offensive end. And on the Imhotep end, Darren Russell should have the ball at all times. Watch those nifty passes by both of these guys. This has been a very well played first quarter, very high scoring. Teams are hitting their outside shots, and neither team has missed a foul shot. 2 for 2 for the Generals and 5 for 5 for the Panthers. We're looking forward to a lively second quarter, as we saw in this first quarter, 21-19 right now for Constitution on top. The previous games that these two played in that year, Constitution won both games, 55-50 and 52-45. We'll see what happens in this game. We'll see at the end of the half.
Hi, everybody. This is former Philadelphia Flyer Bill Clement. I sure hope you're all well. So the coronavirus pandemic has really changed how we do things. And for Flyers fans, how frustrating to have the season end the way it did, as well as the team was playing at the end. But the other day I started to think, imagine the frustration of small business owners who account for 99.7% of America's businesses, the backbone of our economy. Well, my good friends at PSS Benefits have dedicated their business to providing solutions for small and medium-sized companies. Partnered with Payroll Service Solutions, they offer seamless pay-as-you-go workers' compensation. They offer retirement plans and HR services. They also provide health insurance, business insurances, and personal insurances. They have programs available to assist in deferring or reducing insurance premiums during this difficult time, and they are fully staffed to personally assist their clients. This is a period of uncertainty, and PSS Benefits is helping clients understand their options with the CARES Act, and also making sure their clients are comfortable with their portfolios as well as their risk tolerance. Throughout the remainder of this pandemic and continuing forward, PSS Benefits and their partner Payroll Service Solutions are there for all of your business needs. So call my friends at PSS Benefits. They're there to help.
Back at Hagan Arena, 21-19. The lead belongs to Constitution over Imhotep. We've played 8 minutes so far, Jeremy Treatman, but boy, has this one lived up to the early hype.
It's definitely lived up to the hype, but what's surprising is the amount of scoring. I mean, both games, I think, was 55, 50 and 52-45 the first two games, two low-scoring games. And, I mean, we're on a pace where both teams are going to hit close to 80. I don't know that can be kept up right now. It's not like the defenses aren't playing well. Both teams are shooting the lights out. And I will say this. I won't say the two teams played poorly last year in the final that we broadcast between King and Constitution, but both teams shot under 35% in that game. It was a low-scoring, kind of a sloppy game. You want to see these players play well on the big stage, and that's what's so exciting, that everyone is playing well so far.
Carlisle inbounds. And we're underway here in the second quarter with Darren Russell. Russell held scoreless in that first quarter. Robinson has it in the post, double teamed, able to work his way out of it. Now has it poked away, ball still loose. Held ball, and possession arrow will be in favor of Constitution. Good job to get down on the floor and tie it up by Ahmad Gilbert.
For Constitution, they have trained in their players to double team out of the man. I love that both teams are playing man, but they're doing a great job. That's their third successful trap. Sam Edge, Kyle Sample, Terrence Mack, Michelle Wilmore, Isaiah Patrick, your assistant coaches, to Rob Moore at Constitution.
Andrews Fulton hands it off. Left corner, it's Williams. What a move through the double team. And we're tied at 21.
Very pretty by Kumar Williams.
Russell pulls up and can't hit. Liggins has it go out, but referees say it was last touched by Constitution, so possession will remain with Imhotep. Liggins will inbound at the bottom of your screen. Carlisle sets up in the half court. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Marshburn can't finish. Gilbert pulls in the board. Gilbert through the double team. Surprise, no foul called there, but a wide open elbow three, no good. Shot missed by Randolph. Put back good for Gilbert, and a chance for a three-point play.
Well, one thing I really like about Ahmad Gilbert, he is playing the whistle. In years past, you'd see him get frustrated. Here he doesn't hear any whistle. He stays with the play, gets his own rebound once, gets his own ball back after deflection once, stays with the play. He's got a chance for a three-point play. That's maturity right there.
Gilbert can't hit the free throw, and Marshburn pulls in the rebound.
Remember, the team missed 19 in their last game.
Russell can't get the finish at the rim, but the deflection is good from Marshburn.
Marshburn's done a nice job off the bench. 5 big points. They needed it.
Williams drives into the paint, kick in the corner. Randolph, no good, a bit too low on the line, drive three. Gilbert does a great job to keep it in the front court, but it's a turnover. Marshburn can't finish at the rim because Gilbert altered the shot.
Well, we've seen a lot of great alterations at the basket. The points aren't in this game are not from inside, they're from outside.
Traveling violation called on Williams, and it's back to Imhotep.
Well, speaking of Williams, his brother Kareem just texted me the schools that have offered him. Florida International, Rider, Delaware, and Robert Morris. So he's in good company. As a senior, a late developing senior, he didn't have any of those offers until October, November, December.
Yeah. You know, Ryder's certainly a developing program in the MAAC.
They've had a lot of good players there. They've got a couple in the NBA.
Yeah. Russell is fouled as he tried to drive in, and he'll shoot a pair.
He's had a lot of success driving the basketball. He's got great body control. He's not big, 5'10", but he can hang in the air, draws contact very well. Got a lot of playing time as a freshman. Very few players can come into a really highly regarded program and play a lot in their first year as a ninth grader, but this was one of them, and it's almost his team at this point.
A lot of pressure wearing that number one. Brandon Austin certainly gave that number quite a resume on the basketball court. One more.
Yeah, he was a good one. That was a great year, a great class that included Rondé Jefferson, Emile Jefferson. A lot of really great individual players that year. I think Rashid Jordan was that year as well.
Yeah.
But these are great teams here. And without the superstar, the guy with the ball right here is a star, but I don't think he's at the superstar level.
Gilbert through the double team, and now a foul is called. Imhotep wanted the tie-up, but they won't get it. Hanif Vaughn will inbound.
I'm finding that both these teams are doing almost the exact same things on offense and defense.
Williams.
Love it.
Right back in front is Constitution.
He is so smooth, and that's such a smooth-looking stroke.
Russell. Give to Tinley. A lot of contact, and a late foul is called. The right call. They were trying to work it in the post for Liggins. Andrews Fulton doesn't like it. But it is the right call, and to the line for a 1-and-1 is Liggins.
What number they give the foul to again?
Vaughn.
Okay.
That's his second, team's 8th. Liggins hits the front end. He'll shoot one more.
I think why Liggins was out so much this year, a lot of these other players got some extra time, and in some ways it really helped Imhotep. They're a deeper, more experienced team now.
Seesaw battle continues, 27-26. Imhotep right back in front. King pressured in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline. Gilbert. No call on the drive. Andrews fouled on the putback attempt. Hanif Vaughn a hard time getting back to his feet. He hit the ground pretty hard, but appears to be okay. The foul is on Liggins. That's his first, team 6th. So the next foul will put Constitution at the line for the remainder of the first half. Andrews will shoot a pair here. Chad Andrews, Fulton. First free throw on the way and good. Andrews Fulton, another senior on this Constitution team.
We got a lot of them. They've been playing together for 4 years under Rob Moore. This is just the year they were trying to put it all together. Win or lose today, both teams will go on to the District 12 playoffs and state playoffs.
28-27, Constitution back up by 1.
Imhotep, incidentally, is in that 3A bracket where Newman and Carroll loom later on in March.
3 from Carlisle.
Wow.
30-28.
I've seen both these teams play 3 times this year. I haven't seen them shoot the ball this well, either one of them. They're shooting the lights out today.
King looking to get it in the post. It is physical down there, however. King drives into the paint, and an offensive foul is called. Sliding in at the very last second, Khalif Tinley. That's the second charge he's taken today.
Well, Tinley's the one who knocked off Malachi Richardson when they played Sheridan Catholic. He's a defensive stopper. I'm not positive that was the correct call, but you could see by King's reaction he didn't think so either. But pretty good defensive principles regardless if it was the right call or not.
Russell, a strong finish at the rim. Biggest lead of the day, 4 for Imhotep.
Little fringe press now for Imhotep after the last 3 made baskets. Extending the pressure a little bit.
Gilbert in the right corner, Satchel. Williams on the elbow, tries to drive and gets the call.
I'm not sure it's the right play for Imhotep to press. This Constitution has so many weapons offensively to break the press, and they're shooting the ball so well. If you have openings, and that's what happens in the full court when you press. On the other hand, trying to change things up a little bit isn't a bad idea either.
Carlisle, the guilty party on the foul. And the first free throw good from Williams. Both teams in the bonus. Constitution brings in Nasir Randolph. Taking a seat on the bench is King.
Incidentally, I think we mentioned Williams scoring about 15 a game. He's at 17 a game also, along with Gilbert.
32-30, and a timeout taken here by Constitution and their head coach. So a tough start for both teams defensively. 32-30 is our score. 3:47 remains here in the first half.
really enjoying the contest so far. Both teams shooting the ball so effectively.
Across the timeline with it comes Russell. On the left elbow. A bad kick out. Little miscommunication between Jordan and Mashburn, and it's back to Constitution.
So the reason that even helps that is because the help defense is there. Every time there's a step towards penetration, the help defender's there. Both teams are just drilled with this, and they have the defensive mentality.
Chance for a three-point play as Gilbert hits the fadeaway as he was slapped on the arm.
That's a beautiful shot. Ties the score up.
32 all, and Ahmad Gilbert a chance to make it a three-point play. It's the team's 8th foul, and it's the second committed by Khalif Tinley.
Well, you don't want Tinley in foul trouble if you're Imhotep, because he does a nice job on Gilbert.
33-32, Constitution in front by 1. Russell gives it off on the right side, and Jordan. Liggins and Marshburn, and a foul called away from the ball. An offensive foul called on Imhotep. So possession will head back the other way to Constitution.
2 on Robinson. I believe that's who they called it on.
So back the other way will come Constitution. Foul was called on 33, actually, Khatib Cousins.
Yeah, they just corrected that at the scorer's table as well.
Gilbert. Boy, that's a strong shot and just can't get it to go. Jordan back the other way. Great dish, and Liggins can't hit the layup. Vaughn into the right corner. Gets it back. Great shake move. Finger roll can't go. Andrews, Fulton, the putback and the foul.
Major impact in this game right now for Fulton inside. Cleaning up on the glass. That time he takes a second opportunity. Head fake, foul, basket. That's well done. That's what you want to do. You're 6'7" in there. You should be making a difference in there. Tell you what, the shake and bake move by Hanif Vaughn was ready to watch, even though he didn't convert the shot. But what he did was he drew the whole defense there, and Fulton saw it, and he just snuck to the spot. You have to box out, even in transition, even in help defensive times.
Jordan blocked at the rim, but they call a late foul on Andrews Fulton. He was not happy about it, but to the line for a pair is Keniche Jordan.
Boy, that's a tough one. I think there may have been some body, but certainly looked like all ball from the apex of the ball to the top of the hand.
First free throw, Jordan can't hit. He'll shoot one more.
Imhotep's gone deep in this game as well.
Second free throw, good.
8 players played for Imhotep so far.
A press from Imhotep in the backcourt. They break it easily, and here's Gilbert. Lost the ball. Back the other way is Robinson. Blocked at the rim. Oh, what a defensive play by Kumar Williams.
Well, there's your play of the game right there, at least for the naked eye right there. What a play by Russell, eyeing it down. Excuse me, Kumar Williams eyeing it down and swatting it away. Real nice play.
Inbound pass is stolen. Here's Vaughn. The lead is 4 for Constitution.
Here comes the pressure for Constitution now.
Russell breaks it. Russell all the way, can't finish at the rim.
They can't argue with the shot selection. He got right to the rim, and they got an offensive tip. But they're playing into Constitution's hands if you're going to make this an up-and-down game.
Hand check foul called on Jordan, who's not happy about it. And this will be a 1-and-1, putting Kumar Williams on the line.
Kumar's one of the better foul shooters for the Generals. Incidentally, we mentioned the assistant coaches of Constitution. You got to hear Sutton, Floyd Butler, Stanley Williams, Aaron Baker, Nafis Ricks for Imhotep helping out Andre Noble. Big
Front
miss.
end, no good from Williams. Back the other way with it is Jordan. In the post, Marshburn one-on-one with Gilbert. Can't finish at the rim. A lot of missed layups at the rim for Imhotep. Williams. 6-point lead. Timeout. Constitution.
That's some really pretty passing in transition. Perimeter to the side. Rob Moore is on the court, letting the refs know that was 10-team foul. Should have been a 2-shot foul, that last one where Kumar Williams missed that first shot.
Yeah, I believe so.
At least that's what he's saying. We don't have it up here officially that it was 10. But either way, Constitution got the rebound because another missed foul shot. I guess 18, 19, 20-footers are easier than foul shots these days.
Yeah, well, at the rim, the reason Constitution has been able to separate and get this 6-point lead is because Imhotep, they're fine with the jumpers. It's at the rim where they're having a problem.
Well, Constitution's got great rim protection. They got two 6'7" guys up there, Chad Andrews Fulton and Ahmad Gilbert. They're tough to score upon inside. And these teams are really so similar. I think they play similar styles, similar coaching styles. They double out of the man. They play man. They're disciplined.
Apparently that was 10-team fouls
Now,
because
I've
Kumar
never
Williams
seen
is
this.
standing at the line.
I've never seen this before. They're going to allow that second foul shot now after the fact. I've never seen that. You make a mistake, you make a mistake.
Right.
Wow.
Well, we still do have our official Jack Cap here. This is bizarre. Like to get an explanation here, Jack. Come on over. What we have here is 10-team fouls were committed. 10-team fouls were committed, but they called it a 1-and-1. So now, after the fact, about a minute after, they gave Williams the second free throw, and it's good. Have you ever seen that before?
It is Jack Cap coming in as referee consultant. This is a correctable error. It's done within the time frame of the correctable error, so it's acceptable in that case.
Thank you, Jack.
Back to you, Jeremy.
Darren Russell hits the finish at the rim, and it's 40-35.
Nice play for Russell to maybe take off some of the momentum because Constitution, a 5-point lead is a big deal against a team like Imhotep.
Randolph.
I guess when the ball stops, it makes sense they could give it to the other team the foul shot they deserved.
Yeah.
But it is bizarre.
Williams no good, and the rebound pulled in by Imhotep. Chance to get back within one possession. Jordan, late blocking foul called. It looked like Ron Arthur initially wanted to call a charge, but changed his mind and made it a block.
Wow, I thought he had the call right. He was calling charge all the way. I give these kids a lot of credit. Rob Moore and Andre Noble, do you know how difficult it is to have your players in the right position, know how to take a block, know how to take a charge? I mean, you got to credit somebody when they make the effort to stand in front of a flying player like that. Well, I think that was a bad call. But in any event, I give a lot of credit to Constitution for trying to draw the charge.
Jordan misses the first free throw. He'll shoot one more. Second free throw for Kenesha Jordan is good. 1 of 2 from the line, and it's a 4-point game.
Yeah.
Substitution, Ahmad Gilbert re-enters. He'll take over for Yosef Diabate, who had checked in.
My point is, in 3/4 of all high schools, Catholic, public, suburban, wherever, you will not see the player even attempt to draw a charge in a situation like that. So not only did that player have himself set, he was in there ready to take a massive hit, and he took it.
No shot for Gilbert. His heel was on the baseline. And it's back to Imhotep. 27 seconds to play here in the second quarter. A chance for Imhotep to make it a one-possession game before halftime.
I'll tell you, they got to feel really good about that because here in the last couple minutes of the second quarter, Constitution has outplayed Imhotep.
The Panthers will hold for the last shot.
Again, Russell being locked up
Russell
by Satchel.
One-on-one with Satchel for three. Oh, he buries it! And that's how the first half will come to an end here at St. Joe's. Constitution 40, Imhotep 39. What a fun first half. We'll be back to take a look at the first half numbers right after this. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Well, I mentioned after the first quarter that you would be hearing from Darren Fats Russell and also from Kumar Williams. Williams scoring 10 points in that quarter. He now has 13. He looked really good. And Darren Russell had 9 in that quarter, also with that great three-point shot. That's a classic Fats Russell shot. And we'll talk about him and all the other players at the end of the game. These guys had some nice careers in college, and you're probably going to see them in some pro capacity. There was a correctable error towards the end of that quarter. You don't see it too often. And our announcers called me in at the time. I couldn't say much, but it was handled properly. In other words, it was corrected properly. Should it have happened? No, it shouldn't have happened. In a big game like this, that communication between the table and the officials is very important. Not sure if that information came to the officials properly. If it did, it's the officials' fault for calling out the wrong number of foul shots. If the information didn't come over, it's the table's fault. However, that error has to be corrected within a time frame, and I mentioned that briefly when I was on the air there. That time frame is it must be corrected before the ball becomes live for the second time after the error. If it is found at that point, you then go back to the point of interruption, which is that second foul shot. Excuse me. So it was handled properly. Not good to happen. Bizarre is the word our announcers used, and it is unusual to say the least. Tough call at the end on that block charge. I would have gone the other way on that. I thought the player clearly had established position and was also put at a disadvantage. I don't like to disagree too much with officials because I did officiate for 40 years and I don't like to do it on the air too much. But now here we are 5 years later, so I'll give my commentary on that one. I would have gone the other direction on that particular play. Great offense from both teams, almost identical scores between the first quarter and the second quarter. This game is a lot of fun to watch, and I think you're going to see more of that as we proceed into the third and fourth quarters. Leading scorer, again, is Kumar Williams with 13. And on the other side, his counterpart, Fats Russell, with 9. See you at the end of the third quarter.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or
back at the Hagan Arena at St. Joe's University, 40-39. Constitution in front over Imhotep with Jeremy Treatman, Mike Samsel. A pleasure to be on hand for this one. And Jeremy, what a high-flying, high-scoring first half.
It really was. I mean, both these games were low 40s, low 50s, high 40s when they played during the regular season, with Constitution winning both. Here we are, 40-39. Both quarters about similar. 21-19 Constitution in the first, 20-19 Imhotep wins the second quarter.
Right.
And I don't know if they could keep this up, how well they're playing offensively. Both teams knocking down shots. And this is not a poor defensive effort by any means. Maybe it's on the big college court, and the floor is stretched, and shooters are knocking down shots. But I think defensively and principled-wise that the teams are playing good defense. I just think the offenses are outplaying the defenses right now.
Well, the thing that's made the most sense to me, you mentioned both of these teams play a national schedule, so they're not really, they're not strangers to big environments.
No, they're not. Nobody out here is nervous. Constitution went to an event in Las Vegas and played 3 top 20 teams earlier than they played Archbishop Carroll. They played King twice. They played Imhotep twice, so they're used to it. And Imhotep has been playing a national schedule for about 5 years now. That was Andre Noble's goal when he started the program only 9 years ago.
Right.
I mean, you got to remember both these teams are newcomers, relative newcomers to the history of the Philadelphia Public League. Both of these programs are about 12 years old, period.
Yeah.
And here they are. They've been the dominant teams over the last 5 years. The days of West Philadelphia and Overbrook and Gratz, those days appear to be over right now. And the charter schools are dominant, although Constitution technically not a charter school,
right.
but they are only in its 12th or 13th year, and Rob Moore has really done a great job. These are the unofficial stats. I may be off by a point, but Williams leads the way for Constitution with 13. That's a very high output for him. He averages 17 a game. Gilbert's got 8, Vaughn's got 7, Fulton's got 8, Satchel's got 2, King's got 3. For Imhotep, got Tinley with 8. He's their high scorer. He played very, very well. He's got 2 fouls. Carlisle 5, Robinson 4, Ligens 3, Mashburn 5, Russell gets 9. I stand corrected. He's your leading scorer. Jordan 2, Townsend 2. We're checking with Jack Cap to see if I was off by a point or so somewhere. Looks like Gilbert's got 9 for Constitution, so there's one error fixed. 13 for Williams is what we have, but you know, your stars have come to play. Williams and Gilbert have played well, and Russell, after a shaky start, Mike, 9 points.
Set to start here in the second half. It will be Imhotep basketball. Imhotep, the road team in this afternoon's game in their black jerseys with the red numerals, red and white outline all the way across. Constitution. I love the look of the Constitution jerseys with the white on white, but they don't exactly make our job easy.
Well,
Russell.
If it was my first time announcing Constitution, I think I'd be a little baffled, but I think I know these guys pretty well now.
Stolen back the other way. Go the Constitution Generals. On the right elbow with it is Akeem King.
Both teams have red in their uniforms. Red's my favorite color, so I enjoy the uniforms as well, Mike.
King head fake, drives into the paint and gets fouled. Foul is going to be whistled on Imhotep. It's on Darren Russell, his second, team's first of the second half. Inbound to Gilbert for 3. Too strong off the back rim. Transition 3-on-2, and here's the finger roll finish for Tinley.
Where Tinley's given him a great offensive contribution, 10 points. Not known for his scoring, known for his defense, but he's played really well. Another really good outlet pass by Russell on the break.
King on the left elbow, drives in, steps back, too short, and play whistle down, a foul called. It's going to go back to Constitution.
Yeah, one of the big guys for Imhotep, that may have been Robinson, threw his man to the floor.
It is on Deontay Robinson, his second. And the inbound will come at the high right of your screen.
Yeah, rare
for Constitution.
Rare poor decision right there by Imhotep because King took a bad shot. They had the rebound ready to go the other way.
Gilbert. Chance for a three-point play. He finishes through contact at the rim.
Boy, Gilbert is really smooth. He goes to that basket. He's got those long, long arms, left-handed, very hard to stop. He's got 11 unofficially in the contest.
The foul is called on Tinley, his third. Free throw, no good. 42-41, Constitution in front by 1. Carlisle back the other way.
Tinley's still in the game with the 3 fouls. Got to watch that.
Pull-up jumper, too strong. Lagans down low among the double team. And it's right back in front for Imhotep. 43-42. Gilbert on the left elbow. Spin move. Finger roll, no good. Lagans with the board after the deflection. Stops. Pops, no good, but it's a traveling violation. Lagans tried to throw on the brakes, but it didn't quite work.
Self-inflicted, or he slipped. It's a shame for him. Unforced error that time.
Williams, the leading scorer in the game so far with 13 points. Gives to Andrews Fulton. Now Williams can't finish. Out of bounds, an Imhotep ball. I'm impressed by both of these coaches so far. Andre Noble keeping the jacket on through the whole first half. Rob Moore didn't quite make it.
Well, you know, Rob Moore, there was a time he coached in his sweatpants and sweatshirts. He's upped his wardrobe in the last couple of years. Went suit and tie last year as well.
Robinson. What a move by the big fella, but he can't get the bucket to go. He'll shoot 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice move. He's a senior. He's developed over the years. He's a little gangly as a younger player. That was a pretty nice move.
Second foul on Chad Andrews Fulton is what puts Robinson on the line.
You mentioned Chad Andrews Fulton with those 8 points, 5 rebounds first half. I thought he had a major impact in the game.
First free throw good, and he'll shoot 1 more.
Again, if foul shooting becomes a factor here in the second half, Imhotep's a better foul shooting team than Constitution for 1. And for 2, Constitution got that point. Maybe you could explain later after the referee made a correctable error.
Yeah, Jack Kapp explaining that one, going deep in the rule book to explain that one.
Yeah, I had never seen it.
Andrews Fulton in the low block, one-on-one with Robinson. Loses the ball, tries to get it back, does, and gets time. Boy, that's some hard work on the floor by Chad Andrews Fulton. And a timeout granted to the Generals.
That's one of the things about this game that has been so fun to watch, how hard everyone is playing. They're playing the whistle. Maybe we've seen 2 incidents where a player complained about a foul, but they are playing the whistle. That was great interior defense by Imhotep. You dribble into trouble, you dribble into a trap, you go down on the ground, you stay with it. And when these guys were younger, that's what happens. You get a lot of seniors in championship games. You see the maturity of these kids. A lot of those kids wouldn't handle these situations this well as freshmen and sophomores.
Right. 5:24 to play here in the third quarter. Imhotep in front by 3 over Constitution. Constitution, we mentioned heartbreak for them last year, losing in the final to King.
And the year before that, Rashid Jordan had a 3 that could have beat Imhotep, and Vaux, I think, lost in the public final to Imhotep, as I remember. So I have a feeling this game's going to go to a last shot as well.
Abe Masali, the game winner with about 10 seconds left.
That's right.
On the right elbow, Vaughn puts up the jumper, no good. And the rebound pulled in by Legans.
Yeah, Austin had fouled out. He wasn't even a starter on that team.
Legans has it stolen away. It's King. Making it a 1-point game.
Good trap by Constitution at half court.
Russell drives coast to coast, but can't finish. It's blocked at the rim by Andrews Fulton. Here's another 3. Kumar Williams cannot be stopped this afternoon.
He is the difference maker. He's got that great block shot on defense. He's got a couple steals. He's got 16 points. He's got a few assists.
No good at the rim, missed by Tinley. Robinson blocked by Andrews Fulton, his second block in as many possessions.
Well, he's had a huge impact on this game inside. These 2 teams pretty evenly matched.
Williams gives to Gilbert. Legans steps out on him at the midcourt circle. It's King. Williams once more guarded by Carlisle. Takes it right to him. To the top. King throws it away. Right in the middle of Hanif Vaughn and Ahmad Gilbert. Couldn't find either of them.
I think King's going to come out right now, and Satchel's going to come in. Satchel more of a defensive player, but he can knock down a shot. He had a 3. He had a long 2 in the first half.
Imhotep down by 2, 3:40 to play here in the third. Having to recover the ball is Marshburn.
Good hedge and recover by the Constitution defense right there as they tried to run a screen roll for Russell and the big man. It was denied.
Jordan loses it out of bounds, and it's back to Constitution.
Andre Noble saying, what happened there? It looked like the ball went off Constitution. I think he might have had a point on that one.
Kumar Williams, 16 points on the day, has it on the left elbow. Tries to drive, Russell says no, and now it's a foul on the floor. It will be called on Russell.
Wow, at first I thought he was going to call travel.
As did I. It's the third foul on Russell, instead team's fourth.
The three? Three on Russell, three on Tinley. Those are huge factors right now.
Williams can't finish at the rim, but Andrews Fulton can. Lead 4 for Constitution, and they get the steal. Gilbert, 3 is blocked. Great defense by Marshburn. Constitution gets it right back with Vaughn. Andrews Fulton is fouled. Both teams a little bit out of control on that play along the baseline. But it's Constitution coming away with possession, and Andrews Fulton at the line for a pair.
Andrews Fulton is my unsung hero right now. Kumar Williams, I'd have to say, is having the best game for Constitution, but Fulton with the 10.6 rebounds, 2 blocks unofficially that we have. He's playing very well inside.
Keniche Jordan charged with a foul as the first free throw good from Andrews Fulton.
Yeah, Imhotep got a great block shot. It may have been Jordan who blocked that shot by Gilbert, but Constitution's hustling. You got to give them a lot of credit. They are hustling for that basketball.
6-point lead for the Generals, 2:45 to play in the third. Timeout taken by head coach Andre Noble. Full timeout taken by Imhotep, so we'll step aside as well. 2:45 to play in the third, 51-45, Constitution leads. You're watching the Philadelphia Public League Finals here on the Sports Fanbase Network. 6-point lead for the Generals over Imhotep with Jeremy Treatman, Mike Samsel welcoming you back inside the Hagen Arena. 12 turnovers on the day on Imhotep so far. That's a big reason why the differential is 6 right now.
It sure is, and the foul situations is a big factor as well. I think Imhotep's a little bit back on their heels right now with Tinley and Russell with the 3 fouls. It'll be interesting to see if they put up the pressure right now when they get the ball, when Constitution gets the ball on offense.
Russell, Marshburn in the corner, drives past one defender, and they'll give contact. Gilbert picked up the foul. Gilbert wasn't happy about it, but he did get caught in the air by Marshburn, and it's the third foul on Gilbert. Tinley will inbound.
Well, that's a big foul if that's 3 on Gilbert. Again, we talked about it, that he gets into foul trouble. Plays very, very aggressively.
Inbound pass stolen, Williams the other way. What a Euro step over Russell.
Boy, that was a dangerous pass on the inbound. You can't make a pass like that if you're Imhotep. And again, Satchel in to just deny the ball to Russell.
Jordan loses it out of bounds, and it's back to Constitution. One of the things you have to be conscious of if you're Imhotep, and they're going to take Jordan out of the game right now, you don't want to play hero ball right now down by 8 saying, hey, I need a bucket, I'm going to step up and get it, and cause an error like that.
Yeah. Well, he did have a step on his defender, but you got to be real careful with that dribble, and went off his leg. And part of that is probably because you're looking at 2 6'7" players that are waiting for you.
What a finish by Hanif Vaughn. Constitution starting to pull away, up by 10. 1:55 and a running clock remains here in quarter number 3.
I think Rob Moore told his team, we don't want this game going down to the wire. We want to control the destiny.
Foul called as Tinley drove into the lane. Foul is called. We'll see if they give Vaughn or Andrews Fulton. It would be the 4th on Andrews Fulton, I believe. It is on Andrews Fulton, but it's his 3rd. So Tinley hits the first. He'll shoot one more.
Foul or no foul, the interior fouls in this game have been with pretty good fundamental basis on all the fouls. Fulton goes straight up with it. He never jumps into your body. So those are tough calls. He makes the call very tough for a referee.
2 for 2 from the line, and it's 55-47. Constitution in front by 8. Andrews Fulton will take a seat. And Yosef Diabate into the game. Satchel across the timeline. Player control foul will go against Satchel. The third foul taken by Khalif Tinley today.
Boy, and that would be very scary for Tinzel because he's got 3. If that went against him, he'd have to come out of the game.
55-47, 1:31 to play. Here in the third quarter. Russell can't hit the jumper. It goes out of bounds off of Tinley, and it's a Constitution ball.
Russell may be rushing his shot a little bit, but he's got such confidence the way he's played in this last 3 weeks. He hasn't scored in the third quarter, though. Got to be careful. Got to keep the team game. You're the leader.
Williams, one-on-one with Lagans. Gives to Vaughn. Nearly turned over. Constitution, a great job to get it back.
Yeah, I think Constitution traveled there on the recovery.
Little four corners here.
Diabate giving him some big minutes right there, buying some time.
I think Rob Moore just yelled out one shot.
Well, yeah, you got your 2 6'7" players on the bench. And you got an 8-point lead. Why would you attack the basket right now when you're shorthanded?
40 seconds in a running clock remains here in the quarter. But it's stolen. It's Carlisle. And he'll step to the line for a pair.
That's a great play by Carlisle. If Imhotep can come back to win this game, this will be the play that turned it around right here. A strip while Constitution was trying to hold for one and buy some time with Gilbert on the bench and Fulton on the bench.
Akeem King charged with foul, his third. Free throw good from Carlisle.
King's had a rough game after hitting that three-pointer in the first quarter.
2 for 2, even though the second one not so easy for Jaquan Carlisle, and it's just a 6-point game. Press and nearly stolen again.
2-1-2 full court. Trapped the second pass.
Hanif Vaughn nearly turns it over. Williams and Vaughn play catch.
But if I'm Constitution, I want Williams with the basketball right now.
Foul whistled away from the basketball.
Ligons?
Yeah, it is. Lagans picks up the foul. That's his second, team 6th. So non-shooting foul, but the next foul will put Constitution on the line for the rest of the day, even if there was an overtime period. Second half fouls carry over. Akeem King will inbound. Keniche Jordan back into the game. He'll guard the inbounder. 12.2 to play here in the third quarter. Inbound pass nearly stolen. Gilbert blocked at the rim by Lagans. 5 seconds left. Carlisle gets it down court. Jordan fouled with 2 seconds to play here in the quarter. And Keniche Jordan can step to the line to make it just a 4-point lead. Imhotep answering the Constitution run with a little run of their own.
Great defense. Constitution was looking for a foul at the other end there with under 10 seconds. I think it's the right move that Constitution made, giving a little rest to their players right there, but you don't want to see it get twiddled away. You work so hard for it. Big miss right there.
Keniche Jordan will shoot one more.
This is about where the score has been in their last 2 games, and we're only at the end of the third quarter. This is right where the score was. There was a 55-50 game before. And we got a duplicate score because one of the 2 games that Constitution won was 55-50.
3-quarter court heave from King doesn't have a prayer, and we are finished 3 quarters here at the Hagen Arena. Constitution leads by 5 as we head to the fourth quarter with the Philadelphia Public League Championship on the line. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Generals breaking out to a 5-point lead at the end of that third quarter. So it's 55-50, Constitution in the lead. We saw some guys getting into a little foul trouble there. Satchel has 4 for the Generals. 2 big men, Ahmad Gilbert and Chad Andrews Fulton, both with 3. They were on the bench towards the end there. And with both big men out and an 8-point lead, Constitution chose to go for the last shot. It did backfire after a steal and big block shot there also. So the fourth foul to Anthony Satchel and Chet Jordan hitting 1 of 2 brought us to 55-50 at the end of that quarter, as I mentioned. Gilbert looking smooth on some layups inside. Chad Andrews Fulton working hard on a loose ball on the ground to get that timeout early in that quarter. Very smart and good hustle. Kumar Williams picked up 5 more points for Constitution's. Russell did not score. He did get his 3rd foul, however. So speaking of that, Khalif Tinley also has 3 fouls. Tinley, the master of taking the player control foul, putting his body in jeopardy in the way of a penetrating player 3 times in this game. Very impressive. You don't see that in the stat book. On a personal note, Rob Moore, I know you're watching, and I hope you've changed the colors of your uniform, and I know I have old eyes. Those white-on-white uniforms are really tough to pick up the numbers on. So anyway, back to the game. We'll see you in the fourth quarter for an analysis of the game and a where are they now. I always enjoy that.
Hi, everybody. This is former Philadelphia Flyer Bill Clement. I sure hope you're all well. So the coronavirus pandemic has really changed how we do things. And for Flyers fans, how frustrating to have the season end the way it did, as well as the team was playing at the end. But the other day I started to think, imagine the frustration of small business owners who account for 99.7% of America's businesses, the backbone of our economy. Well, my good friends at PSS Benefits have dedicated their business to providing solutions for small and medium-sized companies. Partnered with Payroll Service Solutions, they offer seamless pay-as-you-go workers' compensation. They offer retirement plans and HR services. They also provide health insurance, business insurances, and personal insurances. They have programs available to assist in deferring or reducing insurance premiums during this difficult time, and they are fully staffed to personally assist their clients. This is a period of uncertainty, and PSS Benefits is helping clients understand their options with the CARES Act, and also making sure their clients are comfortable with their portfolios as well as their risk tolerance. Throughout the remainder of this pandemic and continuing forward, PSS Benefits and their partner Payroll Service Solutions are there for all of your business needs. So call my friends at PSS Benefits. They're there to help.
Fourth and final quarter. Constitution in front, 55-50 over Imhotep. With Jeremy Treatment, I'm Mike Samsel. Constitution will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. A full court press from Imhotep, even on the inbound. And it comes in, it's Akeem King. King tries to drive. Russell says no. So it's back to Williams. 16 points on the day so far. Great no-look dish, and Andrews Fulton is fouled.
Williams so smooth. What a great dish. And Fulton is just ready for it. He's played with him now a couple years. He knows when that pass is coming. He gets himself set in the block. You got to earn that pass from your point guard. And in years past, some of these players weren't ready, but Kumar Williams has grown up with these other players, and as seniors, this is a really top team.
Andrews Fulton hits the first free throw. 2 important things right there. The foul on Imhotep is their 7th, so it puts Constitution on the line for the rest of the day. and it's the 4th on Khalif Tinley. He'll have to check out. Devin Lagan's back in. 2 for 2 from the line is Andrews. The big fella pretty dependable from the line today.
Yeah, he's been great. As a team, they missed 19 foul shots the other day. Perhaps they felt that they had such an advantage over Auden Reed that they weren't concentrating enough, because they're really putting to the test today against Imhotep.
Lagans is fouled in the lane.
If that's Gilbert, it's 4. Let's see. If it's Fulton, it's 4.
It's Gilbert. So Ahmad Gilbert finds himself in a little foul trouble as well.
I think Satchel's going to come in for him. They're going to go small ball here.
First free throw from Lagans is good. That makes it 57-51. It is Satchel coming in to replace Gilbert. So it's a 4-guard set right now for Constitution.
Give Imhotep credit. They're smaller, and they've been attacking the inside, and they finally got Constitution into some foul trouble.
Williams gives to King across the timeline. Great feed, and the reverse is good. Chad Andrews Fulton.
15 points.
Nearly stolen by Satchel. Russell having a heck of a time with Satchel right now, but he drives past him, gets it poked away, and Robinson can't hit the layup. Outweights the defense, and a chance for a three-point play.
Well, that's the biggest contribution in the game for Robinson. He stayed with it. He stayed under control, didn't get frustrated, didn't travel, and got that shot off before he got the 3-second call against him, and he draws the foul.
Foul is on Chad Andrews Fulton. That is his 5th. He is disqualified. Are they going to change this call?
Wait, I thought he only had 3. Boy, you hate to see something like this. We have him for his 4th.
Yeah, we have him for 4. They just announced 5.
They announced 3 as last foul. And I feel with Rob Moore in this. You can't make mistakes like this in a championship game. Now, are they saying it's only 4?
It looks that way. He's allowed to stay in.
Well, only in the pub is an expression Ted Solari created.
They've changed the foul. It's not on Andrews. It's Anthony Satchel. It's Satchel's 5th foul. Team's 8th. So Nasir Randolph will check into the game for Satchel. We only had Satchel for 4 fouls also. 3 fouls.
For 3.
Yeah. That should have been his 4th.
Well, but in games like this, there's a separate scorekeeper being used by the Philadelphia Public League. You want to make sure you get that right. There's just too many people watching. That's confusion. Too much on the line.
Misses the front end of the 1-and-1, but it's out of bounds off of Williams, so it's an Imhotep basketball. Panthers down by 5 with just under 7 minutes to play here in quarter number 4.
And they're not going to go away. They haven't been blown out by too many teams.
Jordan. No good, no matter. Offensive foul. Hanif Vaughn slides in to take the charge.
Beautiful, beautiful defense right there. Jordan's been a little wild. He's aggressive. He really takes it to the basket.
Inbound pass stolen. Can't believe there was no call on that, but there is there. And Darren Russell will step to the line for a pair.
Boy, another big mistake inbounding the ball. No, I think Vaughn made a very clean block, but he just made a very bad pass underneath his own basket. First of all, you're told not to take it underneath the basket. You got to be on the right or the left.
Right.
And he was right in the middle, so you block your vision. That's one of the reasons he made a poor pass.
Darren Russell to shoot a pair and make it a 1-possession game.
Well, Imhotep stepping up that full court man-to-man. They came up with a big, big steal. You don't see a point guard like Russell miss this many foul shots.
He'll shoot one more.
Well, he is a good player, Russell.
Second from Russell. Missed them both. Rebound controlled by Constitution, but another press.
Diamond press on.
Akeem King
They're doubling all over the court.
able to dribble through it, and it's Williams.
Now here's the trick. You got to scramble back, get your man.
Vaughn drives in. Stolen.
Boy,
Keniche Jordan the other way. Jordan kicks it out. Here's a three. Off the front rim, no good. Shot missed by Jordan, a little too far out of his range. Back the other way is Williams. Check it. It was Russell who missed the shot. Williams missed that one. And he's fouled as he tried to go up with a second, but they're going to call it on the floor. So it will be a 1-and-1.
I'll tell you what, when both teams were taking their time on offense, passing the ball around, they were getting great shots and scoring. The defense has really tightened up later. The score is a lot lower based on where we were earlier in the game. And I feel like both teams are shooting the ball way too quickly, especially Constitution because they got the lead. But again, that's the nerves of a big game. Getting caught up in the moment.
Kumar Williams hits the front end. A 6-point lead for Constitution with 6:02 to play. Second free throw, good. 61-54. Constitution in front by 7.
Williams with 20 unofficially.
Carlisle, give to Jordan. Foul line extended right, tries to drive again. Clean block by Randolph. Possession will remain with Imhotep. Jordan, I think, trying to do a little bit too much on his own right now.
Coach Noble thought he got him on the arm. Yeah, I mean, Jordan's not your top scorer, but he can slash. He can get to the basket.
Carlisle drives in. And a three-point play opportunity.
So they are spreading the floor, and it's a one-on-one dribble handoff offense right now. Whoever can get into the rack area and try to score is doing just that.
Jaquan Carlisle, a big free throw here. He can cut the lead to 4 for Constitution with 5 and change to play.
Wonder how long Rob Moore is going to leave Ahmad Gilbert on the bench with the 4 fouls. If he has 4 fouls. we thought he had 3.
Keniche Jordan out. End of the game is Khalif Tinley.
That's a good substitution by Noble, I think. Got to get Tinley back in there.
Yeah, he's on the floor with 4 fouls. Constitution able to break the press, but again a quick shot. It's Andrews converting. 6-point lead for Constitution after the Andrews-Fulton bucket. Robinson fouled.
Now let's see how many it is. Is that 5 or 4? No, I think that was definitely a foul.
Foul is on Andrews-Fulton. That is his 4th. So they got that squared away, and it's 2 shots for Robinson. Misses the first. So many missed foul shots by Imhotep. A lot of points out there on the board right now. 1 more for Robinson. 5-point game, timeout taken by Imhotep. 5:12 to play here in quarter number 4, 63-58 our score. Back with more after this. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Kumar Williams, 20 points, 4 assists, and 1 block on the day, leading Constitution. They're up 63-58, 5:12 to play here in the fourth quarter. With Jeremy Treatment, I'm Mike Samsel. We thank you so much for having us part of your Sunday afternoon. More press from Imhotep, but a long down-court pass makes it to Hanif Vaughn. They still continue to pressure even though they're across the timeline, and King gets blocked at the rim. Rebound volleyed about, and it's pulled in by Carlisle.
Wow.
Carlisle down court. Finger roll finish for Russell. It's a three-point gain. More pressure. Back the other way, Williams. Dish down low, and a foul called. Lagans called for that one. Andrews Fulton will shoot a pair.
Well, how about Carlisle's pass to Russell, threading the needle between two defenders in transition. Absolutely perfect pass. We're seeing college-level passing in transition today, and in general. We've seen a lot of great penetration and dishes. The foul shooting is the only thing that's not been great for either side in this game, but the rest of the play, including defense, transition, press, it's really been fun to watch.
Andrews Fulton hits the first. Lead back out to 4. Lagans out of the game.
18 for Fulton.
Nasir Marshburn checks back in. Missed the second. Russell, give to Carlisle. Tried to draw the foul, didn't get it. Great heads-up play by Robinson to put it out off of the boot of Andrews, and Imhotep retains possession.
Boy, that was heads up.
Tinley will inbound. To the top, Russell for 3. He got it!
Set play called from the sideline, and it works.
Andrews Fulton in the post. To Vaughn. Right corner, Gilbert. Here's a 3. No good. Shot missed by Randolph. Imhotep the rebound and a chance to take the lead. 5-on-4, player down on the other end. Russell misses the three-pointer, and a loose ball foul called on the rebound. It's Chad Andrews Fulton who's down on the floor right now. The foul was called on Imhotep. It's on Jaquan Carlisle, his 4th.
Great hustle by both players on both teams right there. I think Fulton does not want the trainer to come out because he knows he'll have to come out of the game. I don't know how many timeouts Rob Moore has. This may be a time to take one.
Now they just change it and say it's the 5th on Carlisle. Andre Noble thinks it's only 4. First free throw on the way and good from Vaughn.
What did we have him for?
I think we only had him for 3 prior to that play. So that should be his 4th.
Yeah, we did have him for 3.
It is his 4th. They announced 5, but it's his 4th. He's allowed to stay out there, I believe.
Did he come out?
66-63. Jordan on the floor right now. Gives it to the top and Tinley. Tinley loses it out of bounds, and it will head back to Constitution. Carlisle did come out. Jordan came in. And now Lagans will check in. Lagans replaces number 10, Marshburn. Constitution ball with a 3-point lead. Here's Gilbert. Blocked! They get it back, and Andrews Fulton puts it in.
He's been a monster inside. He's the difference in the game. 20 points for him.
Keniche Jordan with his team down 5, gives to Lagans. Lagans drives. Lagans will step to the line for a pair. 3 minutes, 24 seconds to play, and Devin Lagans will step to the line to shoot 2. Akeem King back into the game for Constitution. The foul on Gilbert is his 5th. He is disqualified.
Wow.
That's a big loss for Constitution. First good for Legance. It's a 4-point game.
Well, you don't want to go down the stretch without your best player. Imhotep won a title 2 years ago with Brandon Austin out of the game.
2 for 2 from the line, and it's a 3-point game. Imhotep trails. More pressure. Bad pass saved in by Constitution. Vaughn. Andrews Fulton has it go through his hands.
Rob Moore wanted to bring the ball out and take some time off, although I got to admit the point guard had a great decision there. That was one of the few times Fulton was looking for the ball.
Russell. It's a 1-point game. Hagan Arena is rocking.
Wow, that body control is sensational.
What a move by Williams. And he's fouled. Kumar Williams will step to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, this is everything you want to see in a championship game. Two teams just going at each other.
Throwing haymakers right now.
Wow, how about Russell going up in the trees, the body control, and flipping it in with the right hand. And then Kumar Williams says, anything you can do, I can do better. He's got 21 points, 4 assists, a block. He's made half of his shots tonight. He's got 4 Division I offers on the table.
The lead is 2 for Constitution with 2:55 to play. It's now 3.
I just think this game's too physical and too intense for guys not to start fouling out. So Carlisle and Gilbert are out, but there's going to be more. If number 1 fouls out
Russell.
for Constitution, that'll be a game changer.
Left corner, Jordan drives in. Jordan, no good, but he'll step to the line for a pair. The Imhotep faithful were ready to blow the roof off of Hagan Arena if that went in.
Remember earlier today, the Imhotep girls win a Public League Girls Championship for the 2nd straight year. They're looking for the sweep. Newman Goretti looking for the boys and girls sweep tomorrow at the Palestra in the Catholic League. Right now, these are big foul shots for Jordan, who's given him a lot of energy. Doesn't have a field goal, but that's his 3rd main foul shot.
Randolph charged with a foul.
It was on Randolph.
And it is a 2-point game. 70-68. One more for Jordan. No good. Rebound loose, out of bounds, back to Constitution. Boy, you think there's some intensity inside this arena right now.
There absolutely is, and these 3 officials have had to make maybe 20 calls that had a reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, that could go either way. There's a lot of contact inside. It's tough. I think for the most part they've let up play.
Hanif Vaughn will inbound. A blocking foul called. If it's on Tinley, he's gone. Tinley was playing it tight to the sideline, but a little too tight. Foul is on Tinley. It is his 5th. He is disqualified.
Well, it's a tough one. I mean, it's really hard to keep up that intensity, play with the full court pressure, this much time on the clock when you've got some of your better players with 4 fouls. It plays in the strategy with your coaches. Some coaches would go with a 2-3 zone right there to protect players, but Tinley isn't your main scorer, although he had 10 points today, all in the first half. It's a really tough call because you don't really want to change what you do.
Right.
Imhotep is staying with what they do, what's brought them back in the game. That's unfortunate to lose Carlisle and Tinley right now for Imhotep. Constitution, on the other hand, has a great opportunity to convert. Now, Williams has missed some foul shots today. He's been great otherwise.
He's got 21 on the day. But he missed the first. This is going to be a 1-possession game, 2:33 to play.
When he plays at the Robert Morris's or Ryder or wherever he decides next year, you want to be 7 out of 10 at the minimum at the line.
It's the second, 71-68. 2:30 to play.
Still a 1-possession game. Imhotep does not need a 3.
Russell gives it off to Marshburn. Russell once more. Pulls up for the tie and buries it!
Forget what I said. This kid's got moxie.
Tied at 71.
Andre Noble made a statement about a month ago. He said he's the best sophomore in the area, and that includes Quade Green and Newman Goretti, who some people are comparing to Kyle Lowry, just made the NBA All-Star game.
2 minutes to play. Andrews Fulton gives them on for three. No good. Ball out of bounds on the rebound, and it's back to Imhotep.
Now, I don't know what the exact ruling is when that ball goes over the top of the backboard like that. Tell you what, Russell, he's got moxie. He may go up again.
Russell with 140, drives, layup, no good. Rebound, volley around, pulled back in by Imhotep. Play whistle down. Andre Noble wants timeout.
That's a great timeout, Mike. You got to calm your team down. For the first time in the second half, Imhotep, in a way, has control. You could even hold the ball here for one shot, because then if you get fouled, you're going to the line. Imhotep's got in a good position right now.
1:34 to play. Tied at 71. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions. With Jeremy Treatment, I'm Mike Samsel. This is the Philadelphia Public League Championship game. Both teams have been trading haymakers all the way throughout. Constitution has controlled play for most of the second half, at least when it comes to having the lead. But Jeremy, since Imhotep has gone to this press, they've really taken over this game, and they've put Constitution on their heels 100%.
They have. They've really pressured the basketball. They doubled out the man. They've extended the pressure. They've gone full court. They've taken advantage of the fact that Ahmad Gilbert has fouled out of the game, and I just think Imhotep feels that athletically with their strong guard play, they got to do what's best for them and not worry about the person on the other side, and I think that's worked for them. On the other hand, I think Constitution has rushed too many shots here at the end. I don't think a Vaughn three-pointer in a tie game is what Constitution was looking for right there. They were in control, but in any event, I mean, I think we've mentioned the teams are evenly matched. You see Kumar Williams, 22 points, 4 assists, a block. Fulton, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. He's made 78% of his foul shots in this game, and Russell's got 22, and he's been incredible. The three he made right there, he said, forget the fact that we're down 3, we need a basket. We're getting a 3 right here, I'm going to make it.
90 seconds to play.
Vaughn is on Russell on your far right.
Jordan one-on-one right now with Randolph.
This is what I thought Andre Noble might do. Try to milk the entire minute 34.
Jordan drives. Oh, a blocking foul called. Constitution tried to slip in at the last second, but the feet of Akeem King were moving. And Keniche Jordan will step to the line for a pair. That is the 5th on Akeem King. He is disqualified. Keniche Jordan, the senior guard, taking perhaps 2 of the biggest free throws of his young life.
Well, you mentioned Massaly 2 years ago, kind of an unknown, coming in with a big shot at the end of the game. Here's Jordan coming into a huge situation for Imhotep. He's a senior. He's played on the team for a couple of years. He's not your marquee name, but he's fast. He can get to the basket, and again, with no Gilbert there in the interior, it wasn't blocked out.
1 for 2 from the line. Constitution the other way with 70 to play in Kumar Williams.
No timeout by Constitution, and man-to-man.
Williams for 3. Rims out. Rebound volleyed around down low. It's Robinson. Play whistle down. Held ball. We'll see, or a foul. I think it's going to be a foul on Constitution. It is. The foul will be called on Nasir Randolph. I believe that is his 5th.
And Rob Moore's getting upset. Kyle Sample trying to calm him down right now. You don't need a technical foul right now.
It's the 3rd on Randolph, and it's 2 foul shots for Robinson.
But Constitution lost a heartbreaker last year. They do not want to lose one this year. They had a 10-point lead in this game, Mike. Imhotep wouldn't go away with that in-your-face defense. Plenty of time left.
First free throw, no good from Robinson. He'll shoot one more. Constitution fans trying to make it as loud as they can. He missed them both. Rebound goes out of bounds. Constitution basketball.
Wow, 2 big misses. I mean, you got to foul somebody. Robinson's a good guy to foul.
Still more pressure as it's Williams across the timeline. They double team him. He gives it off. Bounce pass. Kickball violation. A kickball violation. No foul, so possession will remain with Constitution.
Well, here's the plan. They do not want Kumar Williams taking the shot, so they double team him, make him give it up. And right now, the speed of the game, both teams are caught up in the speed of the game. Whoever gets the ball, has that opening to drive or to shoot, is shooting. And that's just something that the coaches are either going to allow it to have it, or they're going to have to call timeout to make sure their kids spread it out and get the guy they want to shoot the ball to get the last shot.
There's a timeout on the floor with 47 seconds to play. Our last scheduled timeout of regulation. Back with more after this. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions. 47 seconds to play here in the fourth and perhaps final quarter of the Philadelphia Public League Championship game. 72-71 Imhotep leads, but the Constitution Generals will have possession.
Imhotep stayed composed, down by 10. They've got 2 starters fouled out. Constitution's got 2. Talk about Ahmad Gilbert's foul trouble. You certainly want to have him out there if you're Constitution, but they're going to have to win it without him.
Williams double teamed along the baseline. Gives to Randolph. Now it's Hanif Vaughn. Will Constitution hold for one last shot?
Let's see if they double him.
Williams drives. Layup. No good. Tip-in is.
Wow. Kumar Williams with the left-handed tip.
73-72. Constitution leads. Timeout with 30 seconds to play.
Mike, honestly, I think Imhotep forgot the double team. When he first got the ball, he was doubled, had to give it up. They got it back to him. Where was the second guy to run at him? I think Kumar Williams did the right thing. There's only one guy at him. I'm going to the basket. I'm your go-to guy. I've got 23 points. Put up the shot. He made a miraculous left-handed tip, which as to date is the biggest play he's made in his high school career.
You think back to 2 years ago at Temple, when it was Imhotep playing against Roberts Vaux, and it was Abe Masali for Imhotep with less than 10 seconds to play, hitting the game winner with their star Brandon Austin fouled out. Boy, how familiar does this feel right now for Imhotep? Down by 1 with possession. Jaquan Carlisle and Khalif Tinley both fouled out of the game.
Yeah, but the only thing is Darren Russell is not fouled out. So they do have their main guy with 23 in there who could get the ball and at least go for a shot, which I think will happen. Now, will Constitution try the same strategy? Will they have him locked in? Will they double team him so he has to give it up? You see everyone on both sides. Nobody seems to be afraid to take the shot, which is incredible. I know if I was in this situation, it takes a lot of nerves.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of nerves. You see a lot of composed guys here who played in big situations, composed coaching staffs, and everybody's ready to take that last shot if they have to. That's one thing I've noticed. Full court man-to-man here by Constitution. Very, very interesting. They're going to stay aggressive.
Marshburn will inbound. They back off just a bit as Darren Russell.
Let's see if there's a double
25 to play. Russell drives in, dish down low. Robinson, Imhotep leads. 17 seconds to play. Timeout. Deontay Robinson, the biggest shot of his life. Panthers lead by 1.
And again, Russell was not double teamed, so he made the penetration, got the ball to Robinson, and Robinson stays composed, flips it in. I'm a big believer. It is such a gamble to double team and leave someone wide open, but I'm a big believer that you don't want the best guy to make a play, and we've seen the best guy make a play on both sides now. And now Andre Noble's got to make a decision. If Kumar Williams gets the ball at the top, are we running a second guy at him, leaving someone open for a game-winning shot, or are we going to go honest and stay home man-to-man here?
Yeah.
That's a tough decision. I don't want that decision.
An even tougher decision to make without your best defender out on the floor, and Khalif Tinley disqualified with 5 fouls.
That's true. That's true. And Carlisle's a pretty good defender too. But the difference between this team for Constitution and this team for Imhotep is they're both deep. They both go 7, 8, 9 deep. I haven't noticed much of a drop-off when these guys coming on off the bench today. And that's a credit to both the players and to the coaching staffs. They've developed these guys, been with the program for a while. You haven't seen a drop. You haven't seen one guy out here today who doesn't belong out here in the championship game.
No, absolutely not. Everybody on the floor has been
effective
fantastic.
Player. Yeah. Well, the only guy who I think is a little raw, and he played in last year's championship game, is a guy coming out right now, Yusef Diabate. And he may get the ball and get fouled. You also got to figure that if somebody is not a good foul shooter, Andre Nova may be instructing them to foul.
Inbound pass comes in, and it's Williams. Williams loses the ball. Scrum for it. Held ball. Possession arrow in favor of Imhotep.
Wow.
They'll check the possession arrow here.
No, it's Imhotep's ball.
Just to make sure, Constitution thought they should have the arrow, but they shouldn't. Now it's back to Imhotep. Marshburn inbounds.
Got a foul.
Marshburn is fouled. Good Lord, Hanif Vaughn
you don't want to
had
foul
Russell on the ground.
You don't want to foul Russell.
It's not Russell who will shoot. Instead, it's Nasir Marshburn.
This is one of the best pub finals I've seen. And yeah, I mean, they all seem to come down to the last play.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been great. These public league finals have been great.
The junior will shoot 2, 10.3 to play. He'll shoot one more.
You're asking a guy who doesn't even start to come up with the biggest foul shots of the year right now for Imhotep. They pull this game off. Wow.
One timeout remains for Constitution. One free throw remains for Marshburn. Cold-blooded. Timeout. Imhotep will take the timeout. If you're Constitution,
they have one left.
Yeah, that's one timeout remaining. So each team has one timeout remaining. If you're Constitution, you would think you want the ball in the hands of Kumar Williams.
You got to. I mean, you've got 10 seconds, which is enough time. I believe the ball's going to be still underneath the basket under high school rules.
Yeah, it will be a full court inbound.
You got to set up a play for him. I think they're going to, if they're pressed, if there's going to be pressure, I think they're going to try to throw the ball over the top. Now, you got to bring a shooter in one corner. You got to bring a shooter into another corner. I think Williams, if he feels he can penetrate and kick, will go to somebody. But again, Vaughn is going to be in one corner. Let's see who else is out there.
Right now, the 5 on the
Randolph's
floor for Constitution are Vaughn, Randolph, 20, Yosef Diabate, Kumar Williams, and Chad Andrews Fulton. 10.3 to play.
They're double teaming Williams. He's got it.
Williams has got it with 8 seconds, and he's fouled. How about that? The intentional foul by Imhotep. Foul committed by Darren Russell. That's his 4th.
Most coaches
smart play.
Are scared to death to make that strategy.
Yeah.
I give Andre Nova a lot. I coach at Lower Merion. We've been in this situation so many times in the past. We've been burned on the last second 3. It's called orange. And if you call orange, you foul, make the guy. Now here's an interesting thing. Does he make the second or miss it on purpose?
Williams' second free throw. Good. 76-75, 7.8 to play. Imhotep will inbound. It's nearly tipped away. Play whistle down, a blocking foul called. Oh, it was awful close. Awful close. It would take a lot of guts to make that call. I thought Vaughn was set.
But it actually helps Constitution because if they don't call that, the ball goes up. They've got a 3-on-1, or they could have run the clock out.
JT, I think you can make a great case that should have been a charge. I thought Vaughn was set and Jordan was out of control.
I'd have to see it again. I was just so caught up in the moment. It was such a tough. You may very well be right.
2 free throws here for Jordan. Hits the first.
Sure would have been exciting if Constitution had got the ball back right there.
Do you call orange again if the free throw good here from Jordan?
I don't think so. because now they're looking for it, and you can go in the motion.
He missed it.
Definitely
4
not now.
seconds to play. Back the other way with it. Williams into the lane. Williams, they got the shot off after the buzzer. They got the shot off after the buzzer. And the win belongs to Imhotep. 77-75. They got the shot off after the buzzer.
Wow, I'm speechless. You just watched a classic.
Well, another fantastic ending to a public league championship. This one back in 2015 with Imhotep coming out on top. I remember being at this game and we discussed it afterwards, and I remember thinking, how many folks who watched this thought that Kumar Williams should have taken that shot? Now, was he double teamed? Did they collapse on him? I didn't really see that. I thought he made the right pass at the end of the game. And little bit more than maybe a tenth of a second late, and the basket was no good. Clearly because the red light on the backboard at St. Joe's Arena goes on simultaneously with the buzzer, and Kevin Clay, the official on the opposite side of the table, gets that call. He was in the opposite center position. It is his call, and you can see him waving it off, and it was very, very close. Kumar Williams played just a phenomenal game. We had predicted earlier that you would see a lot of talent there, and he ends up with 27 points in this game. He ended up at Rider University, a very nice 4-year career. He was the MVP of the public league that year also. On the other side, Darren Fats Russell. Let's talk about him for a minute. He led the team as a senior, Imhotep, to a 31-2 record. Now, he was a soph here, but you could see the talent just starting to show there, and really made a name for himself in the sophomore year and in this game in particular. He had 19 points, some spectacular plays, long jump shots, and just all around a fine effort by Fats Russell, who, by the way, is not fat. He's about 5'11", approximately 165 pounds. Remind you of somebody? Reminds me of somebody. And Darren Fats Russell, in my opinion, I think he's going to have an NBA career and possibly be an Iverson type player. I'm not saying he's Iverson, but he's a similar height and weight, and he certainly puts out an effort like Iverson does. Tep lost to New Goretti in the PA semifinal that year in the 3A classification. Nothing to be embarrassed about. New Goretti was also a fantastic team that year. We just played one of their games the other day. On the Constitution side, Rob Moore, the coach of Constitution, the only one they've ever had, I believe, 3 state championships in 4 years, including this year. They did lose this pub game, as we saw, but they beat Farrell. Farrell is a legendary program in the single A classification of the state championship. Farrell's one of the biggest winning programs in PIAA state history. 85-53, a blowout. So this was quite a good team. Ahmad Gilbert fouled out in this game. Unfortunately for Constitution, there was a number of times where there was confusion at the table over the number of fouls and who had the fouls and who was fouling out and who wasn't. I mentioned it earlier, and it really should not happen in a game of this magnitude, in my opinion, but it did. Not sure who was on the table there. Not indicting anybody, but that shouldn't happen. There was a play after a timeout was called by Constitution. The timeout was awarded after the ball had come inbounds after a basket. As we all know, you can run the end line after a basket. You can run the end line after a free throw. And if a timeout comes in between that, you still have that right. This ball had already come in bounds. And Hanif Vaughn was hopping all over the place. That should have been a violation. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but as an old-time official, I did pick that up. I don't know if it really would have mattered. I guess it wouldn't have. The bench for Khan, 5 points. Tep, 12 points. Free throws, 22 for 28 for Constitution, 26 for 38 for Tep. Foul outs, 3 on the Khan side, and that was Ahmad Gilbert, Anthony Satchel, and Akeem King, and 2 guys fouled out for Tep. Lots of fouls in this game. Khalif Tinley fouled out, and Jaquan Carlisle fouled out for Tep. 28 fouls called against Khan and 23 against Tep. Turnovers were Constitution 10, Tep 16. That almost cost them the game, although they did come out victorious. For Constitution, Chad Andrews Fulton ended up at Coppin State. Ahmad Gilbert had a couple stops. GMU commit, never went there. University of Minnesota, Rider, and then St. Thomas in Florida. Kumar Williams, we mentioned at Rider. Hanif Vaughn started at Baltimore Catholic, went to New Mexico, and then ended up at Newman U. On the Imhotep side, Jaquan Carlisle, Hampton University. We talked about Darren Russell. We'll see him in the NBA hopefully soon. And Khalif Tinley, Valley Forge Military Academy. Devon Liggins, or Liggins, we're not sure how to pronounce that, ended up at Wagner University. Deontay Robinson, Baltimore City Community College. 3 of these guys went to Baltimore CC and ended up at McLennan CC. So we had 2 community college appearances. Andre Noble currently stands at over 400 wins in 16 years. And Rob Moore, the great coach from Constitution, is coming up right behind him. Fun game to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next Tuesday for another SFBN Classic. Thanks for watching.
Just watch the Classic right here.
77-75 our final. Imhotep wins the ball game.
That's as exciting a game as I've seen in years. Congratulations to Imhotep Charter and a stunning victory over Constitution. You know that Rob Moore and his staff just dying inside, and the players, because they had a championship and they lost it here in the last few seconds. A really tough one.
Williams made the right basketball play. He drew the double team and then tried to dish it off to Andrews, and he just did it a half second too late.
That's a tough call for the point guard. I would have loved to seen him go up with the floater at the last second. The defender came on him. I don't know if it was instinct or if he knew there was less than a second left, that if he forced the pass, it would probably get off too late. If it is, that was a brilliant play by the defender there. But I mean, in retrospect, obviously Kumar should have flipped it in, but we're tempted.
For 31 minutes and 57 seconds, he made the exact right basketball play. But I think I'm with you. In the last 3 seconds, you got to put that one up.
It's a tough call. I mean, it was right at the buzzer when that shot went up. I mean, I did hear the buzzer go off. I mean, a half a second too late, maybe a 0.2 of a second late. It's a really heartbreak. We would have loved to see it in overtime because this game deserved overtime. This game deserved overtime. I don't really feel like there was a loser. But Imhotep definitely is the winner.
Just the team that scored last. Imhotep, the Philadelphia Public League champions, 77-75. Let's join our trophy presentation. The championship presentation, and now upcoming, the MVP presentation.
Okay, now to award the most valuable player. The executive director of athletics for the District 12, Mr. Robert Coleman. The MVP for today true steals. He's only a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, Russell.
Darren Russell, you see, named the MVP, Jeremy. And boy, did he deserve this one. 10 points in the fourth and final quarter. And he is our Lloyd Six-Smith Sporting Goods Player of the Game. The leading supplier of the Philadelphia Public League. Visit them today, 7554 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair, for all of your sporting good needs. My goodness, Darren Russell with a huge fourth quarter.
Well, the play that just sticks out, they're down 3, and he decides to go for an NBA-length 3. He nails it, and I just think that changed the whole tempo of the game. Hey, we got it tied now. Constitution had to lead the entire second half, and that play just made Imhotep feel like they were confident enough that they were going to overturn it and win it. I mean, it's a team game. It was a team win. I mean, there were two great teams, and there wasn't much that separated them. Literally 0.1 of a second separated these two teams.
I would have to say our Stoll Agency Player of the Game has to be the lay-in by Deontay Robinson, although you could very easily make the case that the Stoll Agency Play of the Game was the play that wasn't the pass from Kumar Williams to Andrew after the buzzer.
You know, Kumar Williams was going to take that shot all the way, 4-3-2 at the last second. Oh, my God, my big guy's open.
Yeah.
His point guard instincts took over. He flipped it, and it was just a tenth of a second, maybe 0.2 of a second too late. Referees made the right call, had to wave it off. I think Williams might have been able to flip that in, and he'll be thinking about that for a long time. It's a shame because he played an incredible game.
That play
Unofficially, I had him for at least 27 points.
at the end was our Stoll Bonds Player of the Game. Stoll Bonds and Insurance specializes in the construction business industry. For all your bonding and construction insurance needs, go to their website, stollagency.com. A classic here at the Hagen Arena. Imhotep 77 and Constitution 75. A thanks to our outstanding crew for all of their work today, led by producer Josh Bellman. The executive producer of the Sports Fanbase Network is Ari Bluestein. For my broadcast partners throughout the day, Jack Cap, Jeremy Treatman, and our entire SFBN crew, I'm Mike Samsel. Imhotep, your Philadelphia Public League champions.
Thank you for watching this edition of SFBN Classics. We hope you enjoyed that game. Please like our Facebook page and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And for more information about us, go to www.thesfbn.com. I'm Ari Bluestein. Have a good night.